If the guy black, don't need no pamphlet for him.
Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. We got another black hustler behind the pulpit, Jamal Bryant. I believe that Jamal Bryant took over Eddie Long's church when he passed away. And we don't have to get into Eddie Long's rap sheet, as it will wrap around this building 4 or 5 times and all the things that he was involved in and things that he did. So we'll digress on that. We got Jamal Bryant up here hustling. I don't know what word of God he's preaching to his congregation. He is clearly misleading them, as I'm getting ready to show you in this video. We got a man that is an adulterous man behind the pulpit, supposed to be teaching and preaching the word of God. The man that cheated on his wife, not just one time, several times. Not only that, got another woman pregnant while still married to his wife, while still maintaining his position behind the pulpit. You can't make this stuff up. Here we go now with him on record, trying to sound so profound, as if he cracked the code and the sky just opened up to give us an epiphany, a realization that it's been right there in our face, that he wants to take the largest black-owned church with the most land in this country and turn it into farms and look for men that smell like weed so that he can teach them farming to grow cannabis so they can sell it legally. When I tell you can't make this stuff up, you can't make this stuff up.
I'm looking flip for him.
This is exactly why I always say everything rises and falls on leadership. Clearly, his reasons are distasteful. Clearly, his reasons are self-motivating so that he can continue to line his own pockets. Make no mistake about it, because I challenged what word of God is he preaching? Yeah. Doesn't the Bible teach us to not be conformed of this world? Aren't we supposed to be sober and sober-minded? I know y'all gonna come on here, but Craig, is just a plan and God and the plan and it's true. I know people use marijuana, but where my problem is with this is, out of all the things that he could have identified black men or boys with, he identified them as just drug users or drug dealers. So his logic is he's looking for men that smell like weed. And why aren't they growing cannabis to turn it into a business, to teach them how to farm it and go out there and sell it legally? Never mind all the other things. This is how they view you. They view you as a drug user, a drug dealer, or you are overly sexualized and you in strip clubs. Black men in this country should not be degraded all the way down to identify them as any of those things. We are so much more than drug users and drug dealers. We're so much more of being in some strip club. We're so much more of no voting, no bucking. We're fathers, we're sons, we're leaders, we're corporate business workers, we're entrepreneurs, we're educated, but this is how they self-identify you. This was a pure stereotype of black men in Georgia. This is how he views black men. As that's all they are, is just drug users and drug dealers and nothing more. You want to use the church to teach them to continue to do that and tear the community. Why not have other options of, well, we're going to use the land and we're going to teach them farming. We're going to grow natural food. Yeah, we're going to grow food so that we can feed the needy. We can feed the community. Why not that option? Right? So that we can have fresh food. So why not use the biggest, largest church with land to farm? You can still teach them farming and those skills. Why not teach them to grow natural food and feed your community? Give these women that complain about these diets and say they're racist natural foods. Why not teach them land and property ownership? Why not teach them how to be leaders of the church through the word of God, right? Why not create other programs? Why not teach them or create educational centers to bring in those boys or young men off the street so that we can give them better options to set them up on a better course of life? And I'm not saying everybody that uses marijuana are degenerates or have no career or future. I know a lot of successful people that use marijuana. It's also disrespectful to stereotype them as if they have no respect for the church and God. That the only way you're going to attract them is through weed. Like that's what all black men do is smoke weed or drug deal. I guess the next thing is to put strip poles in the church and attract men that come to the church because they got strippers and strip poles in the church. With that logic, what I'm saying is black men and boys have so much more capabilities in them than to be self-identified and lowered down to just being drug users and drug dealers. For a pimp, hustling, fake pastor behind the pulpit, Jamal Bryant, is what I'm saying. I'm not going to make this video long. You guys get my point. I don't know what word of God he's preaching. Put it in the comments. I want to know what your thoughts are. Is this more destructive culture? Is this poor leadership? Is he on to something and maybe I'm not looking at it that way? Or are you getting my point of saying that, hey, this is a stereotype to view black men and boys as nothing more than drug users or drug dealers? What's the difference with this attracting them to come to church without pamphlets than them just saying, well, let's just put strip poles in the church? Put it in the comments. I love to read them. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified every time I put out a new video. Everybody else that's been elevating my voice, you guys know I'm very thankful and grateful of you. Let's continue to put a middle finger up to their algorithm. Keep commenting, and sharing. Y'all know we got a country to save. It's your boy, Craig Long 45. You can't make this shit up. Peace.
Yeah, oi.